Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee Break Archaeology. This is my first real proper update in quite a while. Some of you may know I've been very busy, change of job, my master's degree, technical computer issues, which meant I haven't been doing any really of my videos that I'd planned, especially my Archaeo Gaming series. That I do really, really want to continue, and I will be continuing sometime in the near future, hopefully, once I've sorted out some of those technical difficulties. But today I thought I'd actually, answer a question I have literally never been asked, which is, what got me into archaeology? Or at least I've never been really asked it since running Coffee Break Archaeology. So I thought I might address this because I'm genuinely interested to hear why you guys are interested in archaeology. What got you first passionate about archaeology, be it as a current student, professional, amateur, whatever your interest in archaeology is. I actually never really wanted to be. Well, I guess I'm not actually. I'm an amateur archaeologist. I don't work in the field. I have a degree in archaeology. I'm very passionate about archaeology. I still do community digs and stuff when I can, but most of the stuff I do is in my own time, and all research and all of those kind of things. So it's not. I don't act in a professional capacity. As some of you know, I have worked in the museum industry for quite a while. My current master's degree is actually in conservation, as I want to go. Well, maybe into conservation. I sort of want to get into post-excavation and maybe into conservation and sort of museum and exhibition design eventually. That would be really cool. I think that'd be a good, be a fun career to have. Very difficult career, but fun. So when I was actually little, the first job I ever remember wanting to have was as a hairdresser. This sounds really weird. My sisters used to have these little plastic doll heads. Kids of the 80s and 90s will probably know what I mean. Which was sort of like a bust with sort of hair on it, and you could do the makeup and you could do the hair, and I was absolutely obsessed with those. I have two older sisters. They had two, one with blonde hair, one with brown hair, and I absolutely adored doing their hair, doing the makeup, and then sometimes also doing that on my sisters as well, and I really enjoyed that. But I did consider that for actually quite a long time. But as it turns out, I just didn't make the cut. So again, I was sort of semi-sporty as a kid. I was never really good at sports, but being a young child, the idea of being a footballer sort of did cross my mind. But the main trouble with that is I was never goal orientated. So that career path was out as well. And again, as you may be able to tell, I wear glasses. And I've worn glasses for as long as I can remember. I've worn glasses from a very, very young age. I have a very weird thing with my eyes where I have basically no binocular vision whatsoever. So my eyes don't focus on the same thing. They sort of act independently if I don't wear glasses to correct that. When I was in secondary school, certainly sort of in year 11 and going into college, I thought, maybe a degree, maybe a career in optometry or ophthalmology would be a good career path. I just couldn't see myself doing it. So actually at college, I almost exclusively studied humanities. I have 5 A levels. They are in archaeology, oddly, ancient history, modern history, English language, and sociology. And I really enjoyed the archaeology course. I can't really remember why I took it. I mean, I've always been interested in history and archaeology, and originally it started off with my parents sort of encouraged me to look at it, but then I became sort of obsessed, and I almost started nagging my parents to take me to places, going to see museums. But actually, the earliest experience I have of a museum is a museum which I still live really close to. It's about a 10-minute walk. It's called the Willis Museum, and it's in the top of the town centre where I live in Basingstoke. And the museum in it is it is still there, but the museum's changed quite a lot. As you walk through to go up to the stairs, there's this little display of it's a stone coffin which had a sort of Romano-British skeleton in it, who was found in Winklebury, on the outskirts of Basingstoke. And it had a little, probably actually not a very good, if I'm honest, recreation of a Romano-British person wearing complete toga, talking about how he was basically a foreman at one of the quarries. And Basingstoke did have a very big Roman quarry. It was a big flint and well, basically a lot of flint around Basingstoke, a massive flint bedrock. And but the thing about this about this model is that it was motion sensor. So as you walked in to this area, it would start talking at you. And I can remember, I think I was about maybe 4 or 5, and that just really, really freaking me out. And I absolutely hated this thing. I had to rush all the way up the stairs really, really quickly every time I passed that. So I'd always been interested in museums, even despite that traumatizing experience when I was younger. I'd always had an interest in museums and archaeology and history. So that's why I sort of did the modern history, ancient history. I'm not really interested in the bit in between, really. Although, saying that, I from about the age of 10, 11, I did medieval battle reenactment, and I did that sort of very regularly up to about the age of 18. I don't do a lot of it nowadays, not in the same guise anyway. But I'd always been interested in archaeology. And it's through reenactment I met friends, older friends really, of my brother and my sister and my brother-in-law, who got us all into reenactment. Through that, I met people who were training to become archaeologists, and had become archaeologists really by the time I was doing my looking at my degree. So I thought, well, I'll talk to them and see what they thought of the degree, and, is archaeology a good career? And they were overwhelmingly positive about it. I now know that they're potentially liars. But obviously the work is great, but it's just not really an easy field, pun intended, actually, if we're honest, to get into. Very competitive, and you need a lot of experience even to get a sort of entry position. That's just something I've never been able to get some serious experience under my belt, mainly due to me having far too many hobbies and not being focused enough to go out and do some more digging. And my fault, when I went out of university, I got a job really easily, like quite a lot of archaeologists in financial services, which meant then, I actually got out before I finished university, so I wasn't really looking at some of the opportunities for new graduates, which is potentially a mistake. But as I said, it was never really my design or my idea to get into archaeology as a career. It was I did it because I was interested in it, and I was very passionate about it, and that was a good thing. And that was a good thing, I really enjoyed it. I wish I worked harder at university, but doesn't everyone wish they worked harder? But again, it was never really. It was a career that I thought I could really dig. But it was never really a career at the time I considered going into. And now I'm kind of reconsidering it as a potential career path for me now. But as I said, more in the post-excavation side of things, post-excavation analysis, and sort of preparing things to go to museums or into storage. But, that's something I'm still working through and thinking about as I come towards the end of my Masters, which will be this autumn. So it's going to be a very busy and stressful year. Next autumn. But very good year as well. So, basically, I want to make this video mainly to link together a series of puns I have. All of them, though, are genuinely true, apart from really the football one. I'm not sporty in the slightest. And also as a way of explanation and just a bit of an update. and to try and get back into making videos, especially for YouTube. I do have a series of quite easy to do videos, hopefully, which is sort of looking at my own personal A to Z of archaeology. So like a little my dictionary of archaeology, shall we say, looking at a selection of things that I guess concepts or ideas that I think are important, and I'm going to do them in videos, maybe with some funny drawings. Bring back some of maybe more of my really rubbish archaeology cartoons, and so that's the thing which is going to maybe try to do next week. Potentially, I've got tests next week for my masters, so please wish me luck with that. But we'll have to see how that goes. But that is a series I'm hoping to do. I'd love to do more of no expense at all with my little nephew, looking at ideas and concepts in archaeology that he enjoys, or questions he has about it, as a way of sort of exploring those ideas. But obviously that's kind of more up to him rather than up to me. Sort of 2 and a bit videos we've done I thought were really good, and I'd really like to do more on that too. As I remember, but until then, hopefully a new video next week or next couple of weeks looking at my A to Z. That's going to be a series. Don't know exactly how it's going to fit together yet, but you'll see. I'll start working on those. So until then, take care, and remember, don't eat each other. Supposed to say something morally responsible at the end of videos. Take care.